TikTok talk. TikTok talk. TikTok talk. I actually got a great thing for you today, Dustin. It's another quiz. I think it's going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget, I got a challenge, a word challenge.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. Oh, it's dinging 4 o'clock at the church down the street. You know what that means, Dustin?
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling. It's Meltdown Island. It's Meltdown Island time.
There you go. Here we go. We are on the island, melting down. Everything is happening right now.
Hooray! Hooray!
Yay.
Oh,
Hey.
let me share my screen with you guys so you can see this
That'd be
the
great.
show.
Yeah, let's do our social shares right now. For those of you who are wondering, what are these guys doing? It's called social sharing. It's something that
It's
you might want
called
to do.
social sharing.
You might want to go ahead and hit the like button. It's a little thumbs up, and you might want to share this with some of your gang. Maybe you have a gang or a team that you like to hang out with and talk gossips and talk, what the happenings. And maybe this would be your opportunity to do that with our show.
So you're saying that active gang members are one of our biggest
Yeah.
biggest demographics.
I'm learning today that Mike has quite the, one of the reasons, maybe it's our chemistry, maybe it's why we work so well together, but he has quite the different point of view on every little topic or idea that I have.
I mean, you
I'm
did
learning this
just
today.
emphasize for about a solid 30 seconds, if you're in a gang, you should share this.
It was my first thought as well.
Yeah.
Like we're a gang. Hey, look at us guys, we're a gang of,
We're not.
we're a gang of buddies, buddy gang.
A buddy gang.
You know what I'm saying. You have friendships.
All right, well, that's all we got for today. That was a great show.
Oh my God. No, in fact, I want to start right away, Michaels. I appreciate you doing that hilarious bit right there because I'd like to start this show with I don't want to start with no misconceptions, no loud noises from my phone. I want to get right into this game, okay? This is a little challenge I got.
Okay.
And it is for Michael McGinnigan.
Okay.
The trick question test to me. This is not going to be nearly as
Wait
difficult.
a minute.
So
You're
wait,
calling wait, hold on 1 second. You're calling the MOCA, the test about cognitive ability that they gave Trump, a trick question test.
Okay,
Is that what you're
maybe
saying?
it's not a trick question test. Maybe
They're
it's
not trick questions.
They're trying to see if they can trick you, and that's what I'm about to do.
Oh.
So if Adam, if you could possibly have a clock or a time thing. Oh boy, he's brought in the mentally courageous yet also freaking out disturbed Dustin from.
What?
Doesn't have her show where he's freaking out a little bit and he's getting viewed by.
I love the mentally courageous. Why did you start with that? What prompted mentally courageous? Were you going to say something else? And you stopped yourself to go positive. Oh no, I'm about to say something bad. Courageous. Mentally courageous.
Mental breakdowns possibly during that period, and the viewers were reviewing me, and I was mentally incapacitated. How do you say that word? That's where I
Mentally incapacitated?
Yeah, I got stuck on that word and went with courageous, which is easier to say and more correct, dare I say, because I was going out there on that limb. Being reviewed live.
We've already gotten a chat message about my shirt, but it was cut off on the screen. So I don't know if somebody could check and see what amazing comment we got about my beautiful shirt.
It's an island-appropriate shirt for Mike.
That's
island-appropriate.
Mm-hmm. It's made by Izod. It's a new shirt for me. I was a little bit worried that people might think that I'm Boogaloo, but I'm not Boogaloo. I just want everybody to know that I have nothing to do with Boogaloo.
You're fancy though. I think you have something to do with fancy.
It was a discount shirt, I think, at Sears. It was in the clearance section, and it was in the tall section, which is a very rare combo for a shirt. Considering I can't wear normal human clothing, I have to buy clothing that's made for giants. It's not easy.
You're a normal human. Don't you do this to yourself there, Miguel.
Oh, don't you accuse me of being a normal human. I am definitely not in many ways.
Well, you do have an island-appropriate shirt, and it says Dustin as a Mortal Kombat character. Cool.
Dustin
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat?
Yep.
Dustin Combat.
Combat. He combats. He goes round. He goes hi-ya, and he goes and he goes gambing, and he goes ding dong, and he goes get. All right, challenge time. Adam, you got Mike, 20, 30 seconds or a minute. You want how much time you want on the clock for this?
I've got 30 seconds or a minute. How do I even know what to ask for if I don't know what's going on?
Decide. You're setting the challenge.
Yeah, you're the one setting the challenge.
All right, let's
Tangent combat.
Let's go 30 seconds then, Adam, on the clock. Give him 30 seconds clock. Put that clock right up in your window.
You ready? I mean, you're not going to be able to see it.
We're not going to be able to see it. Okay.
I can do that. Okay.
I mean, if I would have known earlier, I could have set up a countdown timer of some sort.
You ready? You ready, Adam? You ready to hit that button? As soon as I put the wordings.
You didn't ask me if I'm ready.
Michaels, if you could take it, I'll take a drink too. Let's both drink right now. The clock has not started.
Okay.
I mean, I'm probably not going to hold it up to the screen the entire time.
Okay, Adam, I trust your judgments. Mike, you have 30 seconds within that time frame to give us as many words that do not have the letter A, and begin the time now.
Pop, top, cop, mop, sop, lop, chop, bop, flop, hop, gop, pun, run, sun, fun, hun, gun, bun, done, lun,
and
hug, bug, sug. Okay.
Almost got 20, so that's 19.
Good.
I don't know if I trust that count, but okay.
I'll give you 25.
Okay.
I'll throw an extra 6 for you.
Throw an extra 6.
Seems to compromise the integrity of the test, though.
Just to be trash talker, I guess. I guess I'm really confident in myself and my skills. So, are we ready?
What the hell is going on?
It's my turn. Now the challenge is my turn.
Oh, okay. It's a competition that I didn't prepare for, but you did. I see. Okay.
Like you had come in. We had all these I had to draw boxes.
Shouldn't, if it's a competition, shouldn't have Adam been the one to kind of get the questions ready impartially, and now you are like, oh cool, a bunch of words without the letter A. I haven't been preparing for this at all. Here we go.
If you don't want a challenge, you already
go
said
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, and you can't use any of the same words that I used, right?
Great. I don't want to.
And I want you to maintain eye contact, so you're not looking at a notepad that it just has a list
something
of
on his screen, list of words without A.
Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, and you'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. How's the time going? Oh, I said
You're good. That's it.
How's the time going?
Like 80 words.
It
Wow.
literally was only 60. You counted them yourself.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So I see. This was one of those BuzzFeed, wacky spam clickbait, trick your friends with this cute trick word things.
No.
Yeah.
Nor was it even a TikTok. Can I tell you?
Oh, you didn't find it on TikTok either, did you?
Nope. This was
This is just something you just figured out as you were doing it.
No, I want to give credit where credit is due. And that credit would go to a Reverend Roar fan who became one of our fans named Nick D. Detroit. Isn't that great? Come on. Isn't that great, Mike? Because we got a new fan, and not only is he a fan of our show, but then he also, Mike, he also gave us an idea for a wonderful bit to do on today's show.
All right. And that was the bit.
Well, that was definitely a bit of it.
So was there only that one question then?
That was it. Word challenge, and I won.
Word challenge. It's not exactly a word challenge. I mean...
Word scramble?
No.
Well, I mean, Mike's challenge was coming up with, like, he did a good job of using logic to be like, how can I use essentially one word but change a few letters to continuously name a bunch of words that don't have the letter A. That was very clever, and he did it off the top of his head. Whereas in you ahead of time discovered that numbers don't include the letter A.
Yeah.
So all you had to do was recite numbers. All you do is count really fast. It's not really like a balanced competition.
Yeah. It wasn't really a challenge as much as it was a setup.
Okay, fine.
No, right?
Do it again, but this time you can't use any numbers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we've already moved past that. We're
no words with the letter I, Dustin, and go.
I don't know.
Already failed.
Well, that was fun.
All right, so what are we doing next? Jumping into why TikTok is being regarded as a horrible piece of malware.
Is coming down on the creators of TikTok. I agree with you on this one, Mike.
What?
We have a different point of view on how it's going to be presented. Nevertheless, we talk about the same thing.
I don't know about that. Adam and I have been kind of sending you a bunch of info from people in the tech world that were tearing TikTok apart and finding out what it does. Now, this is the same thing that all these people that claim that Facebook is listening to us all the time and recording what we have to say and then using that information to serve us ads. These are the kinds of things that those types of people don't understand, that there are millions of folks out in this country doing these types of teardowns on apps all the time. That's why we know what we do about how these social media apps work, is because there are people in the tech industry tearing them apart, putting them back together, decompiling them, recompiling them, figuring out what kinds of network traffic they use, what parts of your phone, what parts of your, like anything of your media they are allowed to use. And so, just like climate change, you have to trust scientists that know what they're talking about in order to figure out what's going on. I am not a climate scientist, so I'm going to trust a climate scientist to tell me what's going on with the weather, with the climate in this country. So if I want to know about what's going to happen with an app, then the people that I'm going to trust are the people that work in the industry, the programmers that can tear things apart and put them back together and understand where all of this stuff connects to your phone and your entire digital life. Now, these people have been tearing apart apps for years. Facebook, Google, every single type of manufacturer that makes apps, these people tear them apart and figure out exactly what they're doing. So when TikTok came on the scene, it was a while, but after a while, the app got itself torn apart by people in the tech industry, and they figured out that it was actually using far more data and far more of your phone than any other app that anyone had installed, except with the exception of malicious malware, which is like something that's like done just for that purpose. So you have people in the tech industry going, what the hell's going on with TikTok? They're actually backdoors inside of TikTok that let the manufacturer send every single bit of data on your device into their servers. So it's not just limited to the contacts in your phone. It's not just the contacts in your phone. It's not just limited to recording audio or anything that has been done. It's also it doesn't matter if it's connected to your contacts or not. It doesn't matter if you've given it permission or not. It is in your phone. It has every single phone number. It has every single person that you've ever talked to. It has every single bit of video you've ever recorded. It has every single piece of information that has ever come through your phone stored and on their servers wherever they are, in China somewhere. Now, on top of that, TikTok is also, despite just doing that, TikTok is also a government arm. It's not just a company. It's also an arm of the Chinese government. So it's not like it's the same thing as Facebook, where Facebook is evil and stupid for sure, but it's not part of the U.S. government. So it's not like,
which makes them even more dangerous. Some would say. Go ahead.
It's actually a tool of the state. So they are banning anything. They are banning anything to do with stuff that is critical of the Chinese government. Tiananmen Square, stuff like that. They're giving shadow bans, so you don't even know that you're banned. They're banning people for things like having not so pretty facial expressions. That's something that you might experience, Dustin. I sent you that list of being poor is another thing. I sent you that list of things that the mods were banning videos
the reason
for.
I know that part's not true is because I see some ugly people on there.
Yeah, well, maybe you're thrown into the ugly people. Maybe you're thrown into the ugly people side of TikTok because you're part of that.
Collect everyone. Have you ever heard of that old television show, Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is for me. I gotta collect every video. Like, there's so many different TikToks, and it's so much fun to be able to go, "Hi, you've made it to Black Alternative Agricultural TikTok." Gosh, that sure is a great feeling. I gotta admit.
What?
See, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about, because
Black Agricultural TikTok?
Alt TikTok. He just comes out holding a chicken.
Well, I think
what's real, what's fake.
Okay, so I think I laid out pretty clearly what my understanding and what my feelings are about TikTok. And I feel like, just to summarize what I'm saying about TikTok, I think that every other social media company is supremely evil. They don't give a damn about their users at all. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. I'm talking about all these major companies. And this is absolutely my view on all of these companies, is that we are the product. We are being sold as a commodity. Every time you use social media, you're being a tool of them. Unfortunately, that's the way that we have to connect. Even here on YouTube, that's kind of the reality that we're living in. But TikTok takes it a far, far further step, which is astounding. When you already are looking at these evil companies, and that the fact that TikTok takes it further than Facebook, and Facebook is one of the worst companies that there is. TikTok takes it further than Facebook, which is astounding to think about. To me, and the fact that if you're trying to deny any of the facts, I mean, it's all been laid out and proven by tech folks. So I don't know, what. I guess, like, if your argument is it's fun, then I mean, great. But anyways, I think that lays it out. That lays it out for me. I'm ready to hear whatever you want to talk about with TikTok now.
Just to not deny what you just said, and let the jury just hang on that. I would like to address that. Go ahead. What's that, Mike?
No, just the fact that you said the jury.
The jury's still out. Okay.
Oh, the jury, because that's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
So I would say that yes, if you would have told me that personal privacy and the argument of personal privacy versus security would have an element of a third element of, hey, but it'll be super duper fun.
That's exactly the world we live in.
I've gone like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll give a little bit of that for a little bit of fun in my life, because it sure is stuck in quarantine. But It is a lot of fun for not only viewing, but also creating. It's so much fun to create on the fly in a moment's notice. And yes, there are so many things like a video gets played for about 24 hours and they trend it. And if it trends up, it'll keep trending up. But after about 24 hours, they even stop those trends. I've watched a lot of TikTok, what do you call them, programmers who've also torn it apart and are bringing different perspectives into it, saying, you know, they're not taking as much data as other people are saying. They're saying that, you know, they are getting all of the typing into it, all of that stuff, but outside of that, they're not in your phone. And they go on to say the fact that no one has ever been held responsible by our government for any of the tech issues or having monopolies. They all have monopolies. I don't know if you saw that last week. Jeff Bezos' worried face, because he got asked a question that he had to answer, and it was like, so is Amazon allowed to take our facial recognition photo at any time, whether they ask for us to do it or not? I don't understand. Oh yeah, you don't understand? Let me ask it the same exact way again and see if you can understand this time.
Can we go back to TikTok though, because still this is about TikTok, right?
Is our tech companies not attached to the government aren't held to any standards. No one ever gets in trouble, especially as you said, the corporations who go around every day destroying our world around us, dare I say. They're not held. BP, there's still oil out in the Gulf of Mexico pouring out. That's not been solved. That's not So, to get back to TikTok, they do care about their creators. They've opened up a $200 million fund, which, all right, I get it. So funds are like, oh great, you're giving us charity, but and you're only using what your interest on the money that you have in the bank, so you're not even really going out of pocket, so get out of here. So I get it when I say that, but then they bumped it from 200 million up to $1 billion that they're going to start dispersing to creators. Basically, they've gone into the bribing section of, you know, the technical growth game. And so that's fun and exciting because I could definitely use groceries. And that's one of the funny TikToks somebody did about that. Oh, great! You give me a couple of dollars and I get groceries. Hilarious.
Okay, so in summary, what is your rebuttal to what I said about TikTok?
For over 18 minutes, and I've had four minutes, and 2 of it was about BP, and 1 of it was about.
Wow.
But they are giving money, and on top of everything else, Microsoft is about to buy them. They're going to buy them, and then we've got nothing to worry about. Because I find it so interesting that this app that everyone is so afraid of, this app that should be banned, and Trump's banning it after Oklahoma happened, and that's when everything really started getting fired up about, it's dangerous, now we're tearing. Ultimately, data is the new currency, right, for these tech companies. That's how they make their money, is data. Look at the political, the one that stole the 2016 election, Analytica.
Oh yeah.
And Cambridge Analytica, but yeah, that's another conversation because I got a lot of things about that as well that are not.
The way you brought up how fun TikTok was, and I went off of that. You could do a similar thing as soon as I'm finished with this. But the fact that Cambridge Analytica works with Facebook, it is a Facebook company. Facebook also has, what is it called? Instagram. Facebook also has, what is it called? WhatsApp. All of a sudden, they have all these monopolies, and they have all of this data.
None of this has anything to do with TikTok, though.
I'm trying to come back around and finish my point. If you will allow Perry Mason to
Objection.
not be upon
Adam?
For a false accusation to my client.
Objection, Adam.
Sustained.
Sustained.
I don't know the difference, really.
Continue.
I'm just waiting for my turn to talk, so Dustin, keep going.
Oh my God. Well, you got another 25 minutes, Adam. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Facebook has all of these monopolies, has all of these things that are data. I'm trying to support my case for the data being money, you sons of guns. And so they got all this data and all this money, and here's this little TikTok company that all of a sudden has gone from hundreds of thousands of users to billions of users, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh my gosh, all that money going to China, all that data, all that stuff going to China. And Microsoft's like, hey, we ain't got no monopolies on anything. We'll take that TikTok off your hands for Americans and everybody else to feel as if it's free and to feel as if we're winning the war on data money. I mean, come on, Mike. I just blew your case out of the courtrooms.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. So if you're saying that data is money, then wouldn't it stand exactly what I said? You're not refuting that anything I said is untrue. Then that means that you're agreeing that TikTok is stealing far more data than any other company. So they're stealing money now. You're saying it's worse now than it was before.
That's a very nice my words upon myself. However, much like a rattler, I'm going to coil up and strike right now, because here is the point that I'm trying to make, is that there's all of these users and their likes and dislikes of different themes and different supportive ways and all of these comments that we're making. Sure, they're getting all that information. And all that information is going to go somewhere, and TikTok has stepped aside. They're letting American company come buy it, and the TikTokers that I have watched that have also torn it apart say they're not taking any more data than Facebook, whatever.
You know where I go? You know where I go to find out if TikTok is bad or good? TikTok.
Hey, you wouldn't be wrong, because it's learning.
That's the most ridiculous thing. It's like, let me look up and see if Satan is bad on the internet. Where should I go? Oh, Satan.com. That'll tell me the truth about Satan. Give me a break. What are you talking about, Dustin? You didn't give us any points about any of the information or refutal of anything that I said. So I don't understand where I think that your whole thing, and which is a completely valid take and completely fine, is that TikTok is fun and I don't care about my data. That's pretty much what you're saying from your own personal standpoint.
This is the classic what's happening in, this is a microcosm of what's happening in our world today. I'm hearing information over here, and you're hearing information over here, and one of us is wrong, and yours happens to be fake news, propaganded by Reddit and this Reddit of Donald Trump. That's all I can say. All right.
Wow.
I'd like to butt in real quick. One big thing is that companies like Facebook, obviously notoriously bad, but they also are very good about providing you access to the information that they're taking from you. Like, there are ways that there are services specifically set aside so that you can check on what they're using of you. Whereas in TikTok, you can literally, one day, a calendar year, you can look at the information if you live in California, in no other state, because of their cybersecurity laws.
If you're not paying for the app, you are the
if the product is free, you are the product. Yes.
And so the product is now starting to step up to $1 billion.
Sure. But also, like, they store their data, and they claim to store their data in America as well as Singapore, but because TikTok is owned by Dance Byte, or whatever the company is called, which is a Chinese company, like, this is just touching on what Mike was saying earlier, they are legally obligated by law. Like, there's a cybersecurity law in place that they are forced to sign, that they have to cooperate with authorities in any pursuits of intelligence. So, like, if any opportunity that the government has that needs to use TikTok to gain intelligence about another country, America, they just have to comply. That's just something that they have to do. So the implication is different. Like, Facebook, sure, evil, but their primary focus, and they have political influence, they have political backing, absolutely, but their main priority is making money. Whereas in TikTok's main priority is to further the political agenda of the Chinese government. You know, it's like it's less about like, oh, whether it's fun or whether it's bad, and it's more about like what the damage it could do if it continues, if it goes on. Because like, even if it's just tracking the information of like you, that's fine, whatever, who cares? Like, you don't care, you're fine. but like it's also tracking the information of like millions and millions of children in America.
Yeah.
And that's fine right now, but what happens when one day those children go on to work for the White House? You know, then they're like instantly compromised by the Chinese government. They'll automatically have just troves and troves of information, which in my opinion, in a previous time would be considered espionage. For one country to have this like insane amount of information about another country is crazy. And like, what are they doing with that information? They have your location, which a lot of apps do. They're data mining your every time you show your face, they're data mining all the information to be used in their facial recognition services. There's like it's like it's like kind of like it's like how I don't know how like it being fun is one thing, but like the political implications is what scares me the most.
Not to mention the how they can try to censor anybody that has anything bad to say about the Chinese government, or even use it to track people in the United States that disagree with the fact that Tiananmen Square actually happened. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just the political implications are a nightmare. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, I mean, I also should say that, you know, I think that a lot of the whole Russian hacking thing is way overblown. That whole Russian, like, that Donald Trump was being controlled by Russian hackers, I think is way overblown. And if you look at the information that has actually come out about that, you can tell that they don't really have much proof as for all of that information. But that doesn't mean that Donald Trump's a good guy or anything. It means he's a complete idiot still, but it's also just a distraction from the other side. And the reason is because nobody understands tech in this country. Most people do not understand how tech works, and they don't bother to look into it. So they'll just go with whatever they're being told. And that's pretty much what happened with the Cozy Bear scandal with Donald Trump.
That was what was so funny about this interview last week with Congress, because they compared it to the one that was before, when, you know, you had like senators going, I don't know how to get my password. Now, let's say I forgot my password. Could you help me log in and get this electronic mail? And Mark Zuckerberg's like, yes, sir, I sure can. Don't you worry about that. I personally will help you out with that. And they compared that to what happened this last week, where they keep asking questions like, are you able to take our picture at any time, whether you ask us to or not? And Jeff Bezos is going, what's that? I can't hear you. Can you give me my password? I don't know. I'm going to let you start again, but Beyonce should have won that award. You know what I mean? It's like he got taken over by the Kanye West with inside of him.
Okay, well, that was a great point about TikTok.
Oh, I was just trying to. I was trying to, again, off of what you just said about. I was not trying to, you know, jump all around. Trying to talk about what you just said, which was nobody knows about tech. Except this last week, it was pretty funny because instead of nobody know about tech, the senators were ready, and the tech guys were not knowing about their own tech. That's what I was trying to point out.
So when it comes down to it, as far as like all of this goes, Dustin, do you still not believe that these guys that tore TikTok apart, that they know what they're talking about, or what?
The only thing that I truly believe is that we are all on this rock is spinning around.
No, do not turn it into this.
Floating and going through space at the speed of light, dare I say. And
it's not.
We are one planet that spying on this, spying on that. Does any of it really matter in the end? Really? Honestly. Because it's like aliens is real. And are they the ones that are controlling TikTok? Are they the ones that are in everybody's? We got 4 to 6 of them in our own government. What does that even mean? This is a Canadian guy who went on, was in front of Parliament and did an interview. You know what I mean? So that's the way I've been looking at things lately. It's like, really? We ain't going to talk about aliens, and we ain't going to try to, like, stand up to the government and have a little alien heads and
Mark
protest. Say, hey, government, how come you act like there ain't no aliens when there's aliens, and then they come out and say there's aliens, and then it's like, oh, we ain't even ignoring it because everything's crazy right now.
You're right, Dustin. The only way to win the argument for TikTok is to change the subject completely away from TikTok.
No, I don't think there's a winner or loser at the game TikTok.
Here's the thing. As far as TikTok goes, that app is horrible. There's no question about it.
Okay.
It uses way more.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, and it uses way more data of your own any users than any other app previously. Are these other apps horrible too? Yes, they are. But the thing is that there is a huge anti-science movement in this country where people refuse to believe the people that know most about the subjects, especially when it comes to tech. You know, that's just another entirely other thing that a lot of people are just like, no, I don't care. Facebook is recording what I'm saying. I know that they are, so I'm going to just keep believing that.
Well, it's not that even Facebook is recording everything that they are. It's that they
That's
have...
what a lot of people say. A lot of people believe that Facebook is recording everything they say, or their phone is. They don't even have an app name. They just go, well, my phone is recording everything I say because I talked about pizza rolls last night, and now I'm getting ads on my phone for pizza rolls.
That's happened to everybody because
but no, that doesn't happen though. That's what I'm saying. That is not real. That is not a real thing. Your phone does not listen to you. It does not record your voice and then send it. The scary fact is that these companies have way more power with their processing than they would need to record you. They have no need to record you at all because they know your habits, they know what you look at, and they can do the math, and that tells them everything they need to know about you without having to record you.
Like Facebook has at least 3 platforms to be able to cross-reference data even to figure out what and where and why you like things.
The thing is that there's tons of stuff. If you know about tech, the way that it works, there's a lot of different things. If you come over to my house and connect to my Wi-Fi, then that puts you at the same geographical location as me. Anything that you've searched for on your phone will be cross-referenced with everything that I have on my phone. And then between those two, they'll figure out what things we might look for in the future or what things we have searched for in the past, and they'll serve us stuff that they think might be something that we click on based on other people in our age range and demographics. They will use that to predict what we are going to get into. So basically, they have such a good machine for predicting and thinking about what is going to happen with stuff like that they don't need to record you. It's completely outside their needs. So I mean, the thing is that people think it's something magical. And I mean, what did Asimov, or was it somebody else say that they were like, any technology significantly advanced from human understanding appears as if it's magic, right?
Yeah.
Like if you take a lighter back in time to caveman times and light it, they're going to think you're a wizard and probably just burn you alive, or something like that.
But
right. So that's kind of where we're at now, is that as we approach what's called the singularity, people, their disconnection from understanding what technology does and how it works has grown so vast that most people in this country think this stuff is magic, and they don't get it. And then we are being taken advantage of by all these people that claim to understand it and are using it for political tools.
What you just brought up is one thing that I would like to have talked about today, which is, you remember in the past when people, like, what's that movie, Mannequin 2, where they have a microwave and the guy's like, oh, don't stand next to the microwave, it's going to give us cancers and all these things. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, everybody's got a microwave in their house today, and no one, is worried about, they open the door while it's still going, and you reach in there as quickly as they can to pull whatever it is out. And I wonder what are other things like that we were so afraid of, or that we had such conspiracy theories about, to the point where people acted weird, but now, it's nothing. Like cell phones in your pockets are gonna give you cancer, or make your legs stop working.
Make your legs stop working.
But we're talking about the opposite, though, right?
Right. We are talking
about the opposite, because it's like you're saying that about cell phones, whatever, when it's actually we're talking about cigarettes. Right, like something that there's a lot of scientific fact now that there wasn't in the past, which is it's a very recent past, proving that, because like what you're saying when you say Mike is speaking fake news, you're not only propagating a terrible term, that is usually used by Donald Trump, you're also propagating exactly what Mike is talking about, is this logic that, like, we don't need to know about the science when we absolutely need to know about it. Like, we need to be informed. The American government, American people need to be informed that TikTok is doing more than they realize. When most of it, like on the internet, especially for the past few days while I've been researching TikTok, I keep getting more and more frustrated because I see more and more people claiming that the only reason it's being banned is because it hurt Trump's feelings.
We definitely heard that. There was definitely a lot of that.
A lot of it, and it's like, that's so ignorant. That is exactly what is exactly the argument that Mike is trying to make, is that you can't propagate the idea that it's okay, that it's fine for us to be ignorant, and that it's just fun, or that the opposition, an actual informed opinion, is fake news.
First of all, and
hold on, stop everything. It's Sensei's birthday, so let's say happy birthday to Sensei. Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Sensei!
Sensei! Happy birthday! I was going to try to talk, but Mike cut me off from cutting you off. But all right, anyway, happy birthday, Sensei. I wanted to say this. What did I want to say? It was something about the fact that you said something about the fact that. Dang.
So, Dustin, you are propagating the fake news trope, and you're also siding with people that say that we shouldn't listen to scientists and technology experts.
No, don't you put words in my mouth. What I'm trying to say is...
It's what you said. It's literally what you said.
The reason that you hear all that stuff, Adam, about Trump is because TikTok creators, they banned...
I know what happened.
They had him
I'm well aware of it.
And then Trump, that's the first time Trump noticed it, right? So, in other words, there is a definite line from A to B for a lot of people to go, oh, Trump got his feelings hurt, Trump was embarrassed, Trump doesn't have control, or a lot of Republicans on this platform, so therefore he wants to ban it and not let it be a part of, because the last 2 presidential campaigns, Obama won on Facebook because of using Facebook and using electronic mails and stuff like that. No. And then Trump, because he was on the Twitters and he got all that going. That's what they say. This is what the tech experts people say.
No, they don't. They don't. They absolutely do not.
Here's this technology app that Trump doesn't have control of, and he's scared because of that fact. That's, connection. Though I'm saying it probably is more. They're using. He didn't even know it was a thing until it embarrassed him and made him walk off that helicopter with his done, his tie undone, his makeup on it. That's the thing. You disagree, Mike?
So what was your point? I don't even know what your point was.
That Trump, there was no talk banning TikTok until he got embarrassed and it affected the political.
That's not true either, though.
Yeah.
It's just on a bigger public scale because Trump talked about it.
Yeah.
And, like, I get that logic. Anytime Trump says something, because when I first heard about Trump wanting to ban TikTok, I was like, oh, fuck that. If Trump doesn't like it, if it hurt his feelings, then it must be the best thing ever made.
Right.
But that logic is, like, the exact thing that's
flawed.
wrong with politics.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's not flawed.
It's 100% flawed.
Absolutely flawed. Because then I did my own research. I took time and effort to do my own research that I then have passed on to friends of mine that have made the same claim, and I helped open up them to doing their own research.
Yeah.
Because you should never take your entire opinion from one person, even if it's the guy that reverse engineers TikTok. You should still look out for more people. But that guy those people have a professional opinion because they have an understanding and knowledge of it, rather than just guys that are like, no, it's just because these
But I like TikTok. That can't be true. The thing is that the way that our system is working with politics, and especially with Trump right now, is where everything is so polarized. That means that people are siding with a team over logic by 90% of their choices. They look at things, and if Trump says something, then they are immediately against it. If he's for it, they're against it. If he's against it, they're for it. And they're painting him as something that he's not in the media, and making him much more powerful and much more intelligent than he is. He's a complete moron. He's an
I wish I
idiot.
could remember what he did when Ivanka got in trouble for having her for using a private server the way Hillary did, and Trump came out that weekend or that Friday or whatever and said some bull crap, and all of a sudden it's in that Mary Trump book. It's in that new one. Have you watched that, by the way? Have you watched her interviews?
Mary Trump? I have not.
Yeah, who wrote that? Who's the psychologist who is the niece of Trump, and she wrote the book.
I've read passages from it and stuff. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't read the book. Have you read the book?
Watch the George Stephanopoulos interview because it's amazing.
Okay.
And she admits that he just says things just to make the media explode, just to make people start arguing one way or the other, or going, "Oh look, we got him! Oh look, he's the hero! Oh look!" Just to throw off everybody from the fact that she was using a. Eric, I'm doing a show right now. I'm live on the internet doing a show. I'll talk to you later.
What?
I got a phone call.
Yeah, good. Always answer your phone during the show when you're in the middle of a sentence.
He came out and he said all those things in order to make the conversation stop instantly, and all of the news go from like his dog barking at the thing, oh, let's go over here and bark at this thing now. So that's what he did to America when she did that, and that's in that interview with George Stephanopoulos and Donald Trump's niece.
So, I mean, here's the thing, though, is that people are immediately 100% everything that Trump says or does is evil. Either that or you're evil, right? So if Trump is for something, you got to be against it. If he's against something, you got to be for it. But that takes your brain out of politics. And that is one of the most damaging things in politics today, is that people are not looking at what Trump is actually doing and what he's actually accomplishing and what he's pushing for. They're looking at what he says and they're inferring things off of what he's doing. I mean, they're making him into this mastermind fascist. They're giving him so much more power and ability than he actually has. I mean, it's the people behind the scenes that are making things happen for him.
What that list came out where he had the $660 billion and where all that went. Oh my goodness!
How about the fact that the Democratic Party voted to expand the Pentagon's for the I don't know, the upteenth year in a row? I mean, the Democratic Party has pushed for more funding to the Pentagon than the president has. Trump said the Pentagon needs X amount of dollars. The Democratic Party said, nope, they need way more. So they increased the budget much more than Trump. How is that? You know what I mean? That's something that's like, people are going to ignore that. What's going on? You know, you can't use logic. You have to just take a side. And that shuts off people's brains.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it so that people just choose a team, and rather than looking at things or thinking about things, they have to choose a team. Just like you're doing with TikTok, where you're like, TikTok has to be good because I'm enjoying it.
No, I'm not saying
because
that.
Trump doesn't like it.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it is the most excited I have been as a creator in years. That's part of it, because it is so much fun. So
And I appreciate that.
There's
Sure.
a heart connection there. Okay, Mike, in my brain. I get it. My heart is in my brain. My feelings are up here, not here. But there's a feeling I get here from when I started creating. I'm getting all now. Because I get a little worked up when I think about how many years the story I've been wanting to tell about this shoe and these buttons and the fact that, I had such an effect on the world. And I've been able to do that in the last few days because I heard TikTok was going away and I forced myself to finish. And now I've got, it's just a wonderful feeling. And
I'm not following you. I am not following anything
I get what
you're
you're
saying.
saying. It's just the feeling is separate from the danger. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, the way it makes you feel as a person is separate from the danger that it implies on our whole society.
And what I'm saying is I believe that danger, that implied danger, has been a bit overblown because...
I've been swimming in this swimming hole for 30 years. I don't care if it says that it's been polluted. I'm still swimming in it because I loves it.
This is a hilarious demonstration itself. I get what you're doing. It's hilarious. But what I'm trying to say is much like your ironic person has been swimming there for 30 years, you guys haven't even dipped your toe in. You don't even know what's going on.
I installed the app. I played with it.
So
I followed some people on it. I looked at the website. You send so many videos from TikTok. I've looked at a lot of videos from TikTok. So I don't know what you would want me to do. Did you want me to get way more into TikTok? I mean, that's not something I'm going to do. I'm not going to put the app back on my phone. There's with the way that they talk about it, no way. Why would I do that?
Microsoft buys it. You're not going to do it.
Why don't you come swimming in my poison swimming hole? It's not poison.
But even when by the time Microsoft buys it, its functionality is going to be appropriated by every other app. Like that's what they do. They all amalgamate each other's functionality into being the same app, right? Yeah. Like it's all Facebook did it to Instagram,
Vine
did it to
exactly. Adam, the fact that they're going to ban it, right? Yeah, they haven't banned it. And they're allowing all the other tech companies to catch up, to get their own version of it before they ban it. That stuff to me says, again,
I don't think so, dude.
That this is a financial thing that they're doing rather than it is dangerous or that anything's going to change because they want all of that data and all of that money to stay in America.
Again, that's your opinion right there is based solely on your own conjecture and has nothing to do with the science behind it.
Right. I don't know if I've added super to that title yet, but I'm a super ideas.
If ideas are anti-science, then yes, for sure.
You could just your superhero name could just be Ideas Man.
Adam,
that already implies that you're super. So if you're just Ideas Man.
You're very sweet, Adam. Isn't he, you guys?
So, coming back to your point, Dustin, again, is that you don't believe the science, you don't care what they have to say, and you're going to keep swimming in your poison swimming hole.
I believe the science. I believe there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm going to enjoy Michigan weather. Okay?
There's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's something. Thank you, Nick Surma. Thank you.
I've taken your argument. Climate change, Mike. I've gone ahead and dumped you over in the climate change world.
What? Yes, I'm one of those people that believes that climate change is happening. You can ridicule me for it if you'd like.
Okay, you don't want to type a hashtag change the world, I wish.
What? You are getting increasingly scattered and insane right now. I mean, it's not a meltdown as much as it is just an incomprehensible stream of words.
We got a couple people call here. Phone call here?
Rallo's trying to call in, I think.
Yeah? I haven't seen it.
Then maybe that'll break the tension.
It didn't pop up. Adam, are you feeling tense?
Well, that's how you guys see. Feelings come from within. I can't make anything. You know what I mean? All I can do is share my point of view.
This will put my call on hold. Sean is trying to call in.
2 calls at once. We getting a couple phone calls.
I'm gonna need one person. I mean, we only have a few minutes left in the show today, but
we ain't got no rules. We got Pat Luce watching us right now. He might call in. We got.
You know what, Dustin? Did you ever hear the term "less is more"?
Yes, but guess what?
Yeah, you think more is more. I know, I get it. I know you think a lot more is more.
The unique perspectives, you and I. I think it's what makes the magic. I'll be honest with you.
Adam froze. You didn't even notice, did you?
I did notice. I was about to point that out, but I was amazed by us still. I like to experience each moment.
Each moment. Yes, Nick, we did a word contest that wasn't really a contest. It was more of a.
I appreciate it. Sorry, go ahead.
More of an ambush, more of a word ambush.
With that, I can back that up.
Well, okay. Well, I have to respond to Audra's comment with thank you. Audra says, not only am I very sweet, but I also have the hair of an early 90s Brad Pitt. I very much appreciate that. But okay, well, are you trying to connect Rollo, Mike?
I was trying to. Yeah, I'm seeing it's starting.
Well, why does that, Dustin? I'll give you a quick brain teaser. You've probably seen this though on TikTok. I want you to connect.
Yep.
What is it? How do you do this? Oh yeah, I want you to connect 3 days without using the word day.
Monday, Wednesday. The weekend.
Now I'm gonna do it because this is a competition that I'm secretly.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna. Yeah, this is a competition that was not set up in any way.
I actually fucked it up because that wasn't the right way you were supposed to do it. Because the answer is supposed to be today, tomorrow, and yesterday. So
I said the weekend, and that includes today.
Yeah, there you go. But it's the same idea of like.
It's fun, isn't it?
Withholding information.
Oh, I got a contest really quick before we go to the Rev. Here's a riddle. What crawls in the morning, walks on 2 legs in the afternoon, and walks on 3 legs in the evening? This is a contest between me and you to figure out the answer, Dustin.
But you already know the answer, Mike.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you get it. You finally get it.
Mine was a contest. You
No,
got it.
no.
The answer is man.
Exactly. Thank you, Adam, for knowing that.
I knew that as well.
No, you did not. Welcome, Rollo. Welcome, Rev. The Rev is here.
Rollo.
Talking about my Rollo.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Well deserved of the glass of Shiraz in the bath. Hell yeah, Rollo.
Can you smell it?
I just guessed Shiraz because I thought there's no way the Rev would drink Merlot. So.
Or Chardonnay.
Chardonnay's not dark wine. It's not a red one.
That's what I'm saying. It's another reason.
What? Riesling?
No. How are you, Reverend?
Oh, I'm good.
You're a little bit out of sync, Rollo. Your internet in your bathtub might not be the best. But man, your journey was amazing. It was really, really cool to watch you touch that wall of Ford Field yesterday when you came back, and the people from the Wounded Warriors down there. That was so cool. It was just amazing to watch and to be just a tiny bit part of something that amazing, Rollo. So thank you for sharing that journey with all of us.
As journeymen, we appreciate it.
It's not over, buddies.
It's not over.
Not over.
What's not over?
We're going
You're
back.
back now.
Well, we're now. But no, next year we're going to do it as a relay. The Wounded Warriors want to be a part of it, and we're going to have Wounded Warriors and
Awesome.
Musicians walk it back. And
What?
yeah.
Very
That's
cool. Very cool.
They're doing a pretty heavy campaign on it too. So we're running the fundraisers for a couple more weeks, a little more. I got some more walking to do. It'll be fun.
It has been quite an adventure. We got some comments. It was amazing to watch that. He's backing you up there on that, Mike.
What, did you not think it was, Dustin?
No, I don't know why am I bothered with this at all? I'm just backing you up.
I mean, he's backing you up on the... It sounded a little bit like you didn't think it was a very amazing thing that he did. So.
Oh, I said it's amazing. It's been amazing to watch. Good Lord. Do I need to start going back to the tape, rewinding the tape?
2 seconds ago?
It's because he was referring to the comments.
And now for my next trick, that's what somebody else did, because clearly you got some more tricks up your old Reverend sleeve there.
It's not tricks. It's just raising money for good people.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll also just the reveal of just showing the guitar and then panning to the back.
Oh, that was fantastic.
That's a magical trick. That's
Rollo, you've really gotten some really good camera awareness over time there.
That's some good old misdirection.
He's doing editing in real time. He's doing real-time editing and making it happen. He's thinking like a composer of videos, bro.
I'm honestly just jealous right now. I really want to take a bubble bath now.
Go do
Hey, next walk I can take, you can house it and you can have this tub all you
Oh,
want.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks like a very nice
Dustin,
tub.
Mike, no. Adam, you got it.
I have my own delightful tub, Rollo, so that's okay.
I know.
Rollo.
How do you deal with a tub, Mike? Because, like, me as a tall person, as someone that's 6 foot tall,
Yeah.
I've never found a tub that I can, like, truly enjoy unless I'm at a very fancy hotel.
It's not the greatest. I mean, the thing is, though, about this place that I moved into a few years ago, when I moved in, it had a jacuzzi tub built into it. So it was immediately, like, way better than any other place I've lived.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, normally, like, my knees, they'll be, like like this. Like my
Yeah,
legs will
same.
be like, scrunched up in the tub. But this one, I can actually stretch out a little bit. I can't like stretch my legs out very much, but it's a lot better than any other tub I've had at any other house I've had. So, but yeah, Adam, taking a bath is a little difficult for tall people, for sure.
Yeah. And you heard it here on Meltdown Island Tub Reviews.
Hi there, we're Adam and Mike.
I installed
Tubs
this
for
thing
tall
so I
people.
can submerge. That was the only thing.
What was it? Like?
I installed this one just so I can submerge. Like I can go
Right.
underwater for a while and chill.
Mike's all about science and proof these days.
I know you hate proof in science, Dustin, but
I just want to see. I like it. I like magic tricks. All right, don't prove it.
yeah,
Hey,
way to
Robert.
derail.
Oh,
Okay, let's get back to it.
No.
Watch me make this bottle of wine disappear.
Rollo, what would you, I don't know, what would you call them? Roses and thorns for the whole trip, let's say. Now that you're able to sit back with a glass of wine and a bathtub, like
Hey,
it's
a great
What would
question,
you say?
Dustin.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I love that.
Hey,
And I know my rose.
Nope.
I'll be releasing it soon, so
Everything's perfect right there.
did you hear?
What?
Not at all.
Not-
Okay. Well, I definitely know my rose, and I'm going to be releasing a series of pictures that I call Gaia's Bouquet, because when you're walking along and it's all green all the time,
yeah.
when you have a multitude of colors of wildflowers, it catches your eye like just like someone shining a light in your face, like
Yeah.
boom. So like I got a bunch of those pictures, like whoa, like colors, because everything's green everywhere, and green is nice and beautiful, except I don't like dusk green. I don't like the green at dusk. It's not. I'll give the thorn to the green at dusk. But the bouquets that I would see along the way were really just cool, like just awesome. Yeah.
What color is good at dusk if it's not green?
Yeah, like the daisies came out real nice. They popped real nice out of that ugly olive drab.
Maybe some oranges.
Okay.
Well, let's get into our roses and thorns for the show today. Adam, would you like to begin? Any roses and thorns for today's show?
Rose for Rollo's tub. Rose for I'm excited for those pictures, and now I just want to do some DSLR photography with you. Let's get you a really nice camera for your next walk. I'm gonna say rose for all the information that we provided about TikTok, so people can be inspired to go out and do their own research.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give a thorn to Dustin's use of the term fake news.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have
No, because that's a problematic thing.
That's super problematic.
I'm gonna give a rose to Dustin for not completely melting down. I could tell that it got to him and that he got a bit worked up, but he held it together, and I really appreciate that.
I was gonna give him a thorn for not melting down.
Hey, you can do that on your own roses and thorns. Go ahead, Adam.
I'll give another rose to Rollo's ever-changing poses, because each one just seems like a painting from the Renaissance period.
Way to present that.
I'm gonna give a rose to Tall Tubs,
Yeah.
the business that we just started for tubs for tall people.
Tall tubs.
Tall tub.
I'm gonna give a thorn to TikTok for just being generally gross and dangerous. But I'm gonna give it a rose for not being quite as objectively gross as its predecessor musically, which was thoroughly disgusting because it was all 14-year-olds being very sexual and doing
Not
the cunnilingus hand sign all the time and
Cunnilingus.
yeah.
All right,
I did a deep dive into TikTok and it took me to Musically, and Musically was really gross.
That's
I don't
gross.
ever
That's
see. See,
terrible.
I've never seen that kind of stuff, so I could see where you would have maybe a biased POV on that one.
What?
But also all the factual
I don't know what's up.
information
I haven't seen that.
devised by actual technical professionals. That's also where my opinion comes from.
Yeah. That's good, Adam. I'm gonna give Adam a rose for his roses and thorns. That was fantastic.
That's 2 roses.
I'm also gonna give Rollo. I'm gonna give Rollo just a whole bouquet of roses for his entire journey, sharing it with us, bringing us along the way. That was fantastic. Returning to the tub, bringing it back to where it started from. That's fantastic. I'm gonna give a rose to Adam for knowing the solution to that riddle that I posed and understanding how Dustin was not having a contest, but rather a gotcha quiz zone kind of weird thing. I'm gonna also give I'm gonna give a thorn to Dustin again for just interrupting every single thing I have to say and accusing me of talking much more than him. I'm sorry, what, Dustin? You were talking again? Okay, so that's my roses and thorns. I'm also just going to give a thorn to TikTok for being completely gross in a political way, in a kids way, in a whole suite of ways. It's a disgusting app. And I'm going to give a rose to scientists and tech people everywhere for doing their thing and understanding stuff and helping us understand it too.
I personally would like to give Mike a rose for his roses and thorns. I then would like to also give a rose to Adam for being so informative and well established in conversation today.
Thank you.
Well established.
He was all about it.
Yeah.
Then I'd also like to give myself, there's also, the comments are pouring in. They're giving me a lot of trophies for Dustin, I guess.
They are giving me a lot of trophies.
Okay, Nick, so far. He's like giving me a lot of them, though, so I'm just assuming that's a trend that's on the upswing. But nevertheless, I would like to go on and say that I would give our show a rose today for being a place, a safe zone, almost for all of us, but definitely for ideas and for science, because that's where we always want to be. Rollo gets a rose for making it home, and also, though, a thorn for listening to me to begin with. I sometimes get angry that nobody listens to me. But
I love how you're still trying to take credit for what Rollo did.
But then when they do listen to me, I sit around and I constantly regret it, going, why would they listen to me? So I would also like to give myself a thorn for opening my heart today. Opening it up a little too much.
Oh my God.
I forget that, guess what? People can hurt you still. Even though all the feelings are inside of you, sure. But if you listen to them, sometimes their thoughts get inside of you and make yourself feel bad. So I give myself a thorn for not having up my barriers, my guards up today, because I was too open-hearted, dare I say.
Sometimes it hurts to hear scientific facts.
Yeah, I don't ever experience that.
I can tell.
Take back everything I said about not having a meltdown.
In fact, I've written a song, Mike, called "Science Is Real."
Oh, is it also is the first lyric 5G cell towers cause coronavirus?
Now, I love you like science is real for longer than strawberry fields. So I've taken the Beatles up a notch. Because Strawberry Fields is forever, and I love you for longer than Strawberry Fields.
You've taken the Beatles up a notch. Finally, someone has outdone the Beatles.
No problem, bro. Hey, I wasn't trying to take those, but if you want to give me more trophies, I said I felt like there was a trend about to start happening. Thank you, I accept. That's how you accept a compliment, by the way. You just say, I accept, thank you.
Oh my God. There is a raging ego going on right now.
Lastly, I'd like to give all of our commenters and all of our supporters for Rollo a wonderful super rose for making this show fun. Huh? For making
Remember
Rollo,
fun.
Huh? For helping Rollo get all the way from the top of the Michigan to the bottom of the Michigan almost. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And he couldn't have done it without you guys. And so we all thank you, from Rollo's tub to our hearts and Adam's mind. Thank you.
Wow.
Because I'm heartless. Because I'm, as we established last time, I'm a vampire.
Those are your words, Adam. I did not give you those words, and I.
Well, you're like our hearts in Adam's mind.
You're so smart.
Exactly. Oh my God.
You're smart, Sam.
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts out there, folks? My final thought for today, I'm just gonna throw out there. Please think about stuff instead of aligning yourself to a team. Think about things before you just jump on board with an idea out of instinct or fear or some sort of thing. Do some research. Just look into stuff. It's great to do. It can help you.
Remember when we had that show called Get Rich on YouTube where we was looking into all of that stuff? Remember that? I love that show.
Okay.
Can I throw a couple more?
Yeah.
Please, Rollo, please. Yes, please do. Please do.
If I may, I'd love to give a trophy rose to TikTok. And that's all I gotta say about that. But my major rose, the whole bouquet, a whole garden of roses, goes to Meltdown Island for not the light bulb going off, but 4 o'clock 3 weeks ago, a dimmer switch started, and 4 hours later, the idea was in, and 8 hours later, I started walking. So thank you so much for this experience, you guys, and I couldn't have done it without you. It was so great to be with you this whole way, and for everybody else, stay with these guys. I'll be here a bunch, I'm sure, but I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you, Rollo.
Love you, Rollo.
Love you, Rollo. Love you, Mike. Love you, Adam.
That's all the time we have
Love
today
you,
for
Dustin.
Meltdown Island. But Dustin, are you done talking, or you want to say
Love
something?
Pat Luz. Love who else? Nick Surma. Love all kinds of people. Love Audra. Who else,
Nick
Mike?
gave a thorn or a rose.
Oh.
He's engaging.
See that, Mike?
Yeah, what? I'm not like skeptical. What do you mean? See that, Mike?
Mike said we need to get more engaging.
Explain
See
with
that?
science.
See that?
See that, Mike? We're getting more engaging. That was a positive see that. That was not a negative see that. That was a positive one.
Okay. All right. So that's all the time we have today for Meltdown Island. But again, we have to end our show with what we always end it with, which is our mantra, where we all say together the words, I want Dustin to get rich. So we have to do that because we want to push a little bit further. I'm a little bit more scared of what he might do with his money once he does get rich, because I'm sure it'll be anti-science. But I trust that maybe he's going to help take care of himself and his life. So, which he could definitely use. If you look at him right now, he could definitely use the help. So let's all together get in there on 3 and say, I want Dustin to get rich. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I want Dustin to get rich. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Goodbye from Meltdown.